guys, Robert1 here, and welcome to the first official voiceover of one of my matches. I felt like, seeing as it was requested for me to do a basically voiceover commentary duel video, and I obviously got a duel video right here for you guys, I thought, why not try for the first time ever to do one? So that's what we're doing today. We are going to be doing a commentary duel video. I actually had some time to do this, so let's get into it. So, I'm obviously going first with my Salamangreat. It's a Salamangreat mirror match versus one of my friends, Jason. Been a while since I've seen him, but it looks like we're starting off with the foul and going into a Balinx. Balinx obviously will go ahead and get us the field spell Salamangreat Sanctuary. And sorry for the glare in the video, guys. I did not realize this at the time, but there was glare where we were sitting. So I'm very sorry for that, but it looks like we're also going to go and activate the Foolish Burial in my hand to attempt to do anything, and it gets Ash Blossomed. So it looks like we're not going to be able to play with our Foolish Burial in this situation, but we do have Pot of Desires, so we do get to draw some cards, but sadly, if I remember correctly, we do banish one very important card in this game, making sure that Jason just cut my deck because we couldn't really remember. And if I remember right, that was the Gazelle. We banished Gazelle off the top of our deck on the first 3 cards, which was really upsetting, but it's fine. We can still play because we actually did draw some very broken cards, one of them being Rage, from what you can tell right there, and so we're just able to play the game right now as well. Plus we also have Will of the Salamangreat, which I'm currently looking at in my hand. So we are going to go ahead and activate the Will of the Salamangreat, I think. We're currently thinking, though. I personally would activate the Will, and we do activate the Will of the Salamangreat. Will summoning back the foul, and then we're going to go into what we're going to go into. Choose to go into a Heat Leo. We could have made a Heater, but we chose a Heat Sunlight Wolf. Sorry. So Sunlight Wolf links into Sunlight Wolf, and we just set 2 and pass turn. So obviously we have the Rage, so we're not in a bad position there. Very good situation. And oh my lord, Jason is maining Mind Control. So we're looking at our set, seeing if we have the option, and we had a Roar of the Salamangreat to negate that Mind Control. That could have been very bad for us if we didn't have that. Okay, so he goes ahead and summons the Salamangreat Foxy, and he excavates a Spinny, so that will give him some plays to be able to go into a Stalio, just in general, into a very good position. So he goes ahead and, what's he doing now? He's got the Spinny, so he could go straight into a Mirage Stalio. Okay, so where's he going to choose to go from here? He's currently thinking, and he chooses to just get the Spinny out of the deck right away. But what am I doing? I choose to Rage the 2 cards. Okay, so I get the full process what I was thinking here. The full process was here, and he has a Signet Mining to discard another Spinny. But my full process here was basically pop the 2 monsters before he can make a Stalio, because if he goes straight into a Balinx, then it's not going to help me very much anyway. Plus, he doesn't really have many resources to use after we pop these cards. Plus, it also banishes the Spinny to get rid of that card. But he's currently going into the Gazelle to send... What's he going to send? Because he's pretty much used up all of his really good resources, such as the Spinny and the Foxy effects, so he can't really summon any more level 3s this turn. Maybe outside of a Sea Archiver if he's got that in his hand. But let's see what he's going to do. So he's just looking for his deck, thinking about his options, and he chooses to send a Jaguar. Okay, so Jaguar is now in the graveyard, and he's going ahead and linking the Gazelle, and making his own Balinx, and now going to search the Salamangreat Sanctuary. Don't know what else he would possibly want, and it looks like his is a foil compared to my common, because I don't want to play a foil because I think I would draw it more. I know it's just a myth, but I don't want to risk it. I just don't want to risk it, guys. So yeah, he's currently looking at my graveyard. And he puts it back. Okay, so he's thinking about what he can do. So he's got a Sanctuary. He's got a Jaguar in grave. He could just summon the Jaguar and go in and probably try to attack me from damage, or try to get rid of my Sunlight Wolf. But I don't know what exactly he would want to do in this situation. So he's currently observing my graveyard again, and his own graveyard. Ooh, why do I feel like people People slow playing here. I don't think it's slow playing. We honestly in the Salamangreat mirror match you have to think, and he's going into a Balinks into a Balinks. So interesting choice to do Balinks. Interesting choice right there. And he's going to use the Jaguar, returning a Balinks to then summon the Jaguar. Um, okay, so links those two into a what's he going to link into? A Heater. Okay, so um, well, I've got a Balinks engrave, a Sunlight Wolf, and a Foul. So he's choosing to steal the Balinks. Okay, so he's probably going to just kill my Sunlight Wolf then, and deal me 50 damage, then attack for 500 with the Balinks. So I'm currently on less life than majority of people right now than him. And what else is he going to do here? Like, making a Heat Leo wouldn't be a bad idea, just to get rid of my Will of the Salamangreat. Because the Will can just honestly just recur so much advantage. And he summons the Heat Leo, getting rid of my Will of the Salamangreat. So now he's in a much better situation than me, being that he has he has a monster body on board, he has a Foxy and a Spinny engrave, and all I really have in hand is one card and a potential draw for turn. So what could I potentially do on my following turn? So we draw for turn, and it looks like we drew, and I don't know, I couldn't really tell. So we're gonna go in and normal summon a Spinny. Okay, Spinny being a very good draw here. So this gives us just a lot of potential advantage into going into a Link to play. So I go ahead and summon a Balinks. Then we go ahead and summon back the Spinny. Spinny's banished, and we link into a Heater. So we're going to go ahead and straight steal that Gazelle. Jason not waiting for time. He's literally like, okay, I know you're going to steal the Gazelle, so just have the Gazelle. It's yours. Use it. So we're currently thinking what we're going to go ahead and put in the graveyard. Like, there are multiple options that we could potentially put in. We could put the Will of the Salamangreat to potentially get more advantage from that. We could go ahead and put a Jaguar to gain advantage from there. Multiple options to currently put in the graveyard right now. So we are going to go ahead and place a... We're going to go ahead and place... Come on. It looks like I'm looking at that Jaguar on the top of my deck, so could potentially be that. But honestly, Will isn't a bad choice either. So we're going to go ahead and put the Jaguar in the graveyard. Okay. So Jaguar will give us an additional resource, being able to recycle cards from the grave. Now, what we're going to go ahead and make here. So we could potentially link into a Sunlight Wolf here, or we could potentially link into another Link 3. We can't currently do the transcode talker though, so we're going to go ahead and link the Gazelle, and we're going to go ahead and link them into a Heat Leo. We're currently looking at our graveyard though, so we could potentially summon the Jaguar back, which we are going to do. Now, I don't know where I'm going to go from here, because like we could use the Jaguar and the Heat Leo to crash into the Heat Leo, then use the Phalanx, but that's not really any counterproductive, so probably the best play would be to link the Heat Leo into another copy of itself here, just so we can decrease his Heat Leo and then potentially kill his Heat Leo. And with him having one card in hand, it's not the best situation for him, but he does have a Spinny and a Foxy in the graveyard though, so we're not in the best position even if we do that, so we'll have to see what he does. So we're going to go ahead and link the Heat Leo away. Heat Leo is probably going into another copy of himself, and it is. So now we're going to most likely use the effect of Heat Leo targeting his Heat Leo, decreasing it down to around 500 light attack points, and attack into it, yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and straight kill the Heat Leo. And it looks like Jason is contemplating if he wants to protect it with the Balinks. He seems to have chosen not to. And then we do a cool 3,600 damage on him, so nice amount of damage, getting in there to attempt to kill him a bit. He draws for turn. And he normal summons a Foxy. Okay, so what could he potentially be going for here? So he gets a Foxy, Mind Control, and a Signet Mining. Okay, so he's got another Foxy in hand. That doesn't really help him, though, especially with a Foxy engrave and a Spinny, but we'll see what he does. So he summons a Spinny out. Potentially, multiple link plays that he could potentially go into here. But he's overlaying them into where my Heat Leo zone is and making a Mirage Stallion. But it looks like we could have something. And we have an Ash Blossom! We Ash Blossom that Stallion, telling him, no, you cannot summon a monster from your deck. And you're just going to have to sit here doing nothing. But obviously, he can still potentially get rid of my Jaguar. He has one more card in hand. If he's able to summon something to be able to then get more cards on the board, then he does have advantage, especially with the Jaguar Engrave. So if he has anything other than that Foxy in hand, he could potentially still go off fully in this situation, seeing as I have no cards left but a Heat Leo and a Jaguar. So he's checking graveyard, seeing if there's any resources he potentially gain here. And what's he going to do? Okay, oh, and he just attacks the Jaguar. Okay, so I banish my Bailings protecting the Jaguar. And what's he going to do then? Okay, so he just passed his turn there. And we're going to go ahead and use the Heat Leo, targeting the Ash Blossom and his Stalio. Alright, so that's already game there. And we activate a Will of the Salamangreat off the top of our deck. Oh my god, and we summon a Sunlight Wolf. And oh, the other card in his hand is in fact a Phantasme, him throwing him 3 cards, which could potentially keep him alive. But in this situation currently, we still have more than 3,600 damage on board because that Stalio is at 0. Heat Leo can just attack into his Phantasme that he summoned in defense mode. So, realistically, we still have game here. But him summoning that Phantasme in defense mode was probably not the best idea in this situation, seeing as it would have been his biggest attack point monster. But at the same time, it's not the worst idea either. So we're just going to do it. We're going to attack into the Phantasme. We're going to attack into the Stalio, dealing 18, and then 18 for game, taking game 1. But going into game 2 now. I believe Jason was on the play for this one. So depending on what he has, this can either make or break us. But let's see what we got. Oh, I just caught a glimpse of one of our cards in our hands, so it might not be good for Jason. But he's starting off with a Foxy. So he reveals a Will of the Salamangreat. And takes the Will. That's already a very good combo piece, Will being a card that would just allow him to end on pretty much any end board he wants. And he's linking away at the Foxy to make a Salamangreat Baylynx. Sorry for the stutter there, guys. But he's going to Baylynx, searching the Salamangreat Sanctuary, every standard turn 1 play for a Salamangreat player. So he's now got the Salamangreat Sanctuary. And where does he choose to go from here? It's an interesting choice to where he could essentially go from here. He's got the Foxy Engrave that he can't really use though, but he does have the Will, which will just gain him additional advantage. So he's going to go ahead and activate the Will of the Salamangreat, and he summons a Jaguar from hand. Very interesting choice there, seeing as it will give him a way to gain just a little bit of extra advantage. So he's going to link the Baylynx and the Jaguar into something. Most likely a Sunlight Wolf. Oh, he's staring at that Sunlight Wolf. And, oh, he's put the monsters back. Interesting choice. I'm curious where he's going to go with this. So, he goes ahead and activates the Salamangreat Sanctuary, linking the Baylynx into another copy of itself. Interesting choice going this direction. Summons the Sunlight Wolf. And goes ahead and summons the Jaguar. But he has a Foul in hand as well. So that's going to be able to make him a Dweller to potentially prevent me from playing the game at all on my turn. Seeing as his Dweller is a very big hindrance to Salamangreat. Being that if you can't gain your graveyard advantage, you can't really do much else. So yeah, he summons the Dweller. Sets 1. Is he going to pass? He passes, but we have a Nibiru! Oh, we have a Nibiru, so we're just able to clear the Dweller, clear the Sunlight Wolf, making his back row potential just completely irrelevant. Honestly, it doesn't look good when you get Nibiru in Salamangreat, because Salamangreat is literally just a death sentence for any Salamangreat player, because Nibiru just says, you can't play the game now, and we're going to clear your board. And we have a Salamangreat circle. That circle is going to gain us advantage, getting us a Gazelle. Gazelle's just going to give us even more advantage. So let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to go ahead and normal summon a Jaguar. So not only do we have the Gazelle, we have the Jaguar. And we're going to go chaining 1 Baylynx, chaining 2 Gazelle, which will allow us to get the Sanctuary and gain us a free Send to Grave as well, and a free summon. So then we're going to use the Gazelle. He Veilers the Gazelle, okay. That'll prevent us from getting a free Spinny or Foxy or something along those lines. But we have a spinny! So even though he stops that, we have a spinny, and we're going to go in and summon that spinny, and a Sea Archiver as well! Oh my god, he is not in the best position, but it looks like I'm currently debating where it could be, because that potential set card could be something very detrimental to me, such as a Super Polarization, Torrential Tribute could be a death sentence as well. Lots of cards that could potentially stop me from playing the game in general. Even like there are multiple cards, so it could be. And Torrential Tribute may not be a big threat, but it's something that could come up. It's at locals for hell, God's sake. So that set card most likely being a super poly if it is anything to potentially stop us. But we are linking away with the two monsters. We should have banished those though. Don't know why they're in the graveyard. And we make the update jammer, and we make a transcode talker. So now we've got more than 8k on the board, and Jason just scoops, realizing that he cannot win the game. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been my first commentary duel video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. I won with Salamangreat. See you later, guys.